Hello guys, welcome back to another video. Today is going to be a 70 lap race. I know it's a pretty long race now. Around the Hungarian Grand Prix. I did not mean to do 70 laps around the circuit. It was an accident. I meant to put the long version instead of the full, because the full takes up too much. Not it takes too much time to fit into the actual uh, editing app I use. Thanks PlayStation. Um, but this would be one of the, I guess, quicker races, as this is the first race where I end up retiring out of the race. Yeah, retiring out of this race. As you can see, I'm not really good around this circuit. It's a fast flowing circuit, so in practice I had to really learn it pretty well. Same goes for circuits like the Texas circuit, the Mexico circuit, the Interlagos I know pretty well because of Gran Turismo 7, but circuits like Texas, Mexico, the Qatar, all of those circuits I really haven't had much playing time on, so I did not know what to expect around that track. And the same goes for this track, but as I did practice, the 3 practices, I eventually got the hang of it. So coming into turn 1, it's a pretty decent braking zone after the DRS, and you make a nice, I don't know if you would call it a hairpin, but I guess a hairpin corner. And the next sequence of corners are going to be a nice fast flowing corners. And for some reason, a lot of the races now are getting just a little bit harder. I'm pretty sure it's because I don't know the circuits very well, as I said before, and also also as you can see, I have a moment right there, but also mixed with the higher driver rating, I guess, that I put in this game. As you can see, I go off the circuit here. It kind of throws me off, and it throws the rhythm off and the skill, as I'm just trying to get better in this game. Now I'm still holding P12 after 2 laps. I don't remember what I started in. I'm pretty sure I started in like 17th or 18th. But I still hold P12 around sign or behind signs as we enter the DRS zone, coming past the starting line into lap 3 into the first corner. And it was really just about the pace around this corner. I tend to get on the accelerator like that a little early, and my car would spin a little bit and lose traction. But especially around the sector, the beginning of sector 2, I think that was where I lacked, where my pace lacked a lot, as I just I just made a lot of mistakes in there, and the line wasn't good. So I needed to fix that throughout the race, as I would adjust brake bias and the differential on the car. So in P12 behind signs in lap 3, they believe I pass them until the end of this lap or the beginning of next lap. And as you can see in sector 2 of lap 4, I get a good run on signs on this long straight, and I try to dive up the inside. I know I couldn't close it, and I give him a little love tap there behind into the turn. So I really was trying to get past him, as he did cover the inside pretty well. So I was looking for an opportunity. Maybe the opportunity would come on this next straight, as I try to go around the outside. I come back inside, try to get a switch back, but it doesn't work, as I don't have the acceleration in this car. I used the DRS and the battery to get him on the straight, and that is now P11. And I try to create another move here, as I have the second DRS zone, so it's back-to-back DRS zones here on the Hungary GP. Now Stroll in front of me. This little part, I really like this part, because it's a nice smooth left-hander into a fast flowing right and then a fast flowing left again. But the you can just flat out in that second corner there, as you saw. Now coming into this chicane, I did have trouble on the chicane. Sometimes I would go too wide, and then sometimes I would go too wide, not making the turn fully or having to over brake, and then I would go too close to the inside, too narrow, and I would clip the bump that would send my car flying into the air, basically. Car is lower to the ground a lot. Still behind Stroll in P10. I really try to maximize around the strike, as I do still have a chance at the drivers and constructor standing in this season. Really trying to go for the win here this season, as I am also trying to get those trophies for the PlayStation Platinum Trophy to become the F1 Legend, as the Platinum Trophy is. That's what the Platinum Trophy is called. I am in the trying to do that. I already completed the story mission as well, and the trying to do some of the online stuff. Let me guys know, you guys gotta let me know if you wanna see any online stuff. Yeah, I already got past Stroll. I didn't even see that, but as you can see, this first sector I set a purple time. I went purple around the first sector. The second sector would be a different story, I believe. Sometimes on that corner I would go too quickly and push me out too far for the next consecutive corner. And as you'll see in a little bit in the future, that turn right there would be the thing that costed me the entire race. And I know I say that in a couple videos, but this one really costed me in the entire race. So it will cost me a lot, and I don't know where I will stand in the constructors or the driver standings now. Entering lap 7, I have a good launch into this DRS zone. As you can see, Hulkenberg right behind Albon, so he has DRS too. I was thinking about going to the inside, but I don't want to have another moment where I clip the back of a car. As you can see, I get a slight bit of oversteer as I just accelerate too fast. As you see me adjusting the differential and the brake bias there. I don't know why, but my engine was running really hot as well in this race. I'm guessing because of the wear. And we're already, I believe, well over halfway into the season. And just lost some time to the car in front. Now starting the following lap, we're still in the DRS, and you can see Hulkenberg trying to get around the outside of Albon here, coming to the first corner. I try to stay on the inside of Albon, right behind him. As you can see, it doesn't really work out as I wanted it to. But into this next corner, I take it very well. I assume maybe a little narrow. But this full throttle corner right here, I really love that corner. The corners where you can just full throttle it and still manage to hold the grip that's my favorite thing about this game. But as you'll see, sometimes you just concentration, as I was in this race. And when you lose concentration, bad things happen. So you don't stay focused, bad things happen. So always stay focused, guys. Now again in the following lap, lap 9, I try to make a move on Hulkenberg. Coming into the first corner, I get a good run out as he doesn't, and I try to stay on his inside, and I hold the inside, trying to play fair as possible here, trying to give him some room, and I hope he's giving me some room. I try to close the door on him there, and as I do, I get the move pass, and that is now P9 in the book. And now I am focusing my attention on the Williams car in front, Albon in front. As you can see, the leaders are pulling away slightly, so there are a couple packs here, couple groups in this race. You got the top two, Hamilton and I think Verstappen fighting, and then you have the two McLaren drivers right behind them, or close behind, and then you have the got the Mercedes and another Red Bull car and the Aston Martin car behind as well. But the top people, I guess, are the Red Bull, McLaren, and the Ferrari in front. Hamilton putting good work in this session here. As I use the DRS zone, I know Albon doesn't have DRS, so I try to make a move, just switch to the inside here, get on his inside, brake really late. As you can see, he tries to go around the outside, but I hold it on the inside. And that is now another position gained, P8. Now 5 seconds behind Alonso in front of me. So I have to make up a lot of time here around this circuit. Still only 10 laps in out of 70. I really was dreading driving 70 laps around this. I don't know why my attention span, unless it's a circuit that I like, my attention span for circuits that I'm not familiar with, it just drops significantly. Yeah. So now, since we are behind Alonso on lap 12, we've dropped the time by just a second. So I know that I am increasing my pace is good. My pace is there. I just have to work or keep the pace consistent, and I'll eventually catch up to the other two drivers up front. As you can see, my objective was to reach a lap time of 125, and as you can see, Hulkenberg in the Kick Sauber car does retire from the session, as I will do also in this race for the first time. I've never had I think I've never had a crash this bad in this game. I'm gonna have some crashes, but they're minor compared to this one. And as you can see, I have a little oversteer in this car. Now I have made up some time, just about 2/10 of a second. As you can see, I passed the goal there into lap 13. As you can see, the car just right ahead. As you can see, you can just capture a little glimpse of him. I am on the medium tire, which makes it so that I have more grip than the other cars, but the other cars opting for the hard tire to increase their stints, so they don't have to stop a lot more. You can see there's a yellow flag out as a caution. As you'll see, Nico Hulkenberg in the corner right here, as you can see him right there. As I was looking at him and I kind of lost concentration and ended up in the grass a little bit. Now over the course of a couple of laps, I was able to gain my time back on Alonso, as you can see him there. He was only about 2 seconds ahead of me, and then Tsunoda was 3.5 seconds ahead of me. So he was they were all three of the cars in front were just in reach. I did feel my car's tires around this time, lap 15 to 20. I did feel them start wearing a lot. I started to feel some of the understeer that came from the lack of grip. As you can see there, I get a track warning. And then I also did hit the grass a little bit, hit the grassy patch, which gave me a dirty front left tire. So I knew that I would soon here have to come to the pits in order to get some life back into my tires, or some fresher tires, I should say. The tires are starting to die very quickly now, as we are heading into lap 16. We don't have any DRS. We are only relying on our battery here, as we weren't close enough to Alonso, but hopefully we are close enough. We are not close enough in this DRS zone neither, as we do get just under a second away gap from him. As you can see, we have a little moment right there as we do hit the grass. Now my priority was to, of course, try to get first place. I mean, that's everyone's priority when it comes to this game. But I didn't expect for the drivers to pull away so quickly, because I haven't really seen much of a pattern yet. But now that I look at it, when you start or when you qualify towards the back, especially with higher percentage or higher level AI, for some reason the first group in the front tends to usually pull away very quickly, leaving a lot of room in between for different, I guess, packs to form. So as you can see, you got the two up front, so Hamilton and Verstappen up in front, and then you have the two that between them. Now you have the two McLarens that are somewhat separated or really separated. As I go for the move on Alonso right here into the first corner, but then you have this group right here, this pack of four, and then you have the next two from behind, and then the following two behind them. So I think there's a pattern when you don't qualify as well for some reason. When I qualify high, either in first or second, and I'm playing with this level of AI, it just the I tend to I guess the pack back. If not, I will like at Spa where I would gap the other cars. But for some reason, when I do start at the back, they just gap me, or they'll yeah, basically they'll create different groups that are together at the same time. Anyway, we are now P7 behind Tsunoda and behind Russell, 2/10 of a second behind Tsunoda, as you can see him like right in front of us on his bumper, and Russell 1.5 seconds ahead, as you can see him right there in the front of the turn here. Coming to the end of lap 17, the beginning of lap 18, we still have a little bit more until we pit here and until this race is over, basically. And coming down this back straight into lap 18, I get the overtake done with DRS on Tsunoda here, as I take the corner very well, not with a minor or loss of traction. Coming into this consecutive corner here, I go a little wider than usual, and when I do shift, for some reason the car just snaps a little bit when I do shift up in gears. When I shift down, it doesn't really do it as much, but especially from first to second, it just snaps a lot. So I had to be careful with that. I noticed that a lot. The car would just snap, especially in the lower gears, as the RPMs rev higher as you accelerate. But now we are behind Russell, 3/10 behind to be exact. Norris in fourth, our rival, 10 seconds ahead. As you can see, I'm just adjusting the differential because I did feel the car losing it on the tail end. Just a slight bit of oversteer. So I shifted the differential a little bit around. I know these tires are already worn about 18 laps, so I am gonna have to come to the pits somewhat soon, as Norris is too. I was planning to go at the same time as Norris was, just so I could get the upper hand, as I thought about the move here into the turn one, but I managed to just stay behind him. I just play the long game because we do have 70 laps, as Russell really does just move right into the front of my car. I don't know if that was a defense move or what, but I thought he should be penalized for that. He made a late move to block me off there, but no penalty was given. Stewart's, I guess, were blind, or maybe it's just my opinion. As you see, I get a little a little skittish. I don't know, man. My English is bad. But they get a little wobbly on the end there. I lose a little bit of traction. And it was this corner right here, this corner, where I do sometimes clip the grass a little bit coming into that left, and then the long right hand corner. I do clip the grass a little bit, and I did see that a lot as I was reviewing the footage. I did clip the grass a lot, which dirtied my tire coming into the next corner, as it is a right hand turn, putting more stress on the left side of the car. So I needed to fix my line going through there, as I have a slight bit of oversteer on the exit of the last turn. Now on lap 20, as you can see there, where the pit window is pretty close, as I almost rear end Russell here, going too fast. I do get a good launch here, not as oversteery as last time, and I am going to make the move going up the inside of Russell into this second corner here. We go wheel to wheel here around this corner. He does get a better exit, but I just floored on this consecutive fast sweeping right corner. and we'll brake a little bit here. I do get a little understeer. I'm assuming that's from being in the behind the car in front of me. Do get a little oversteer right there because of going into that little I guess I don't even know what you call it. I call it an indentation. I don't know. Some people call it something else. But especially a lot of these I guess if you go a little bit off track limit, as you can see right here, I clipped the grass a little bit. If you go just a tiny hair off, it could really throw your car or create a lot of a loss of traction, I should say. Now we're still at Alejandra, so I'm thinking the move is going to be into the long straight of the first corner, the back straight here. So I'm just setting up the move here, trying to get as close as possible and get a good run out. As I do, I don't catch any loss of traction. And I'm going to have a good move as he doesn't have DRS. I think I'm going to send it into the inside. Yeah, brake a little later as he is holding onto the outside, but I just about managed to get it. And I did feel the wear of the tires now really taking effect as we are now 21 laps in. As you can see here, I go a little wide. So the tires were dying fairly, I would say fairly slowly, but also fairly quickly as the drivers with the hard tires still had some life left in their tires. So I would have to come into the pits enough, and that would be right about now on lap 22, right about here. I would eventually go into the pits as I believe Norris was. No, Norris stayed out on his medium, so I do go kind of off of the track a little bit. I've been working on my pit entries, trying not to go too fast. I don't know if it's for every track, but I've been trying to work on those. Alright boys, getting good pit stop here. We dropped just, I think it was 2 positions of the Albon on the map here coming on down this long straight. We are going to succeed another 2.
Alright, we'll be doing one more stop today.
Essentially another 2 if we don't speed up fast enough. But we managed to hang on. Now in P10. So we did drop back quite a few positions, but the other cars have not pitted yet with their hard, so they are going to pit in a couple of laps because their tires are probably going to start dying to death, and they're going to lose grip. And I will have the 2 laps of undercut on them. A couple laps of undercut on them. As you see, Hamilton goes into the pits, he's pretty far. So does Verstappen, he goes into the pits as well. And I think the top 4 drivers go into the pits now. So now it was just a game of playing catch up, I guess, to the drivers up front, as they had a really big gap. So I didn't think that we were gonna get any. I'm pretty sure we would have gotten closer to them as Gasly walks me off. I honestly think that some of these some of this defense is illegal, but I mean, I think that's just me. But we do not make as much time as we need. We're still in 9th position behind Albon, so right where we started. We have a lot of catching up to do. As you can see, Alonso, a driver that we've previously passed, is now 16 seconds ahead. So with that in mind, I decided to push a lot harder now, trying to create some overtake and then create some space from the people behind me while also catching up with the people in front of me. But it is not optimal to be pushing too hard, because if you drive too hard, you run the risk of going over track limits or even crashing. But eventually, I believe in the next couple of laps, I have some clean air here, so I try to set a fast lap and catch up as well. As you can see, I almost go over the track limits there, managing to keep it on the road, on the track. Right here, you can see I just clipped the grass again coming into that left corner, and my tires get really dirty. So that was a thing that I had to correct. I just couldn't find the line to go through, as we do set a purple lap or a purple sector and sector 2. But somehow, some way, I really tried to fix that minor inconvenience there that would eventually turn me. But as you can see, the undercut did work, and Norris came out just a few seconds ahead of me. So now we are in our true position, I believe, in P6, as the others are pitting. Now it was they had the upper hand because they had, I believe it was a couple laps fresher tires. So we were going to be on the back foot. Norris coming out with fresh mediums. He is going to have, he should have a better pace compared to me. But we'll see what happens in the next couple of laps, as he is about 3.3 seconds ahead of us. As you can see them there turning out of the chicane. Now, he's increasing his time, as you can see there. He's just keep shy of a 3 3/10, about 3 or 4/10 a second in front. They do clip the grass again. Now fast forward to lap 27. Norris is now about 2-ish seconds or 2.5 seconds ahead of me. Alonso did pit, so we gained a position in the process, as he came out of the pits pretty late. So he is on the, I guess I would say on the back foot, because my tires are a lot more worn than his. But for now, we have the position compared to the other driver, Alonso. Now making some good, decent time up on Norris. And just a lap later, or 2 laps later, it is now down. I can get the objective of overtaking Norris before lap 37, and 1.5 seconds behind Norris now. The 2 rivals in front, as you can see, those little blue icons, are both rivals ahead of me. But my teammate Hamilton now still in first, still holding and fighting for that position against Verstappen. Doing a really good job this race weekend. But I'm still I'm getting closer and closer to him. I don't know how, but my tires are very worn compared to his. So I don't know how I'm gaining time on him. Coming to the end of lap 29 here. It's always just a strategy, or a game of strategy within the race. It's not only about the driver's performance, but also the strategy that you use can also make or break the race. So, with that being said, coming to lap 30, now just a little shy of halfway through the race. As you can see, I get really nice boost, so I'm now 3/10 behind Norris. I get a nice semi, I guess it's not really nice, exit out, as I do have a moment of oversteer there. I am now 6 seconds or half a second behind Norris, so I did gain some time behind him in that long straight because of the DRS zone. Coming into this fast, I mean a semi-fast sweeping, you just have to be careful you don't go over track limits. I already got 2 warnings earlier, so another over the track limit warning would cost me 3-second penalty in this race. So I had to really be careful going through those fast corners that required just a little braking, or minimal braking I should say. Coming into this corner, I do take it very well, as I don't clip the grass as much. My tires now kind of a little worn, a couple laps worn, as we're coming to the end of lap 30. I know that Norris has about 2 laps fresher tires. I couldn't tell you why I'm managing to catch up. I'm pretty sure it's because of the DRS on this DRS on. And unfortunately, this is the first lap, or this lap is where my race will eventually unravel. And I try to stay as realistic as possible in these races, so I will be unfortunately retiring from this race after this incident. And I hope you guys liked the video, because this incident was very heartbreaking.
That's it.
I hope you guys enjoyed, that part of the race. I try to keep it fair, but I'll see you guys in the next race. Goodbye for now.